pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic and one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
A roll call, Connie Hargis,
Here.
Shirley Richards,
Here.
Donna Lashley, Sarah Wilson,
Here.
Hayes.
Here.
Do I have a motion to approve the claims?
Make a motion.
Do I have a second?
One second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Do I have a motion to approve the minutes from April 9th?
I'll make that motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And we have Mr. Presley with nominal.
Thank you. The first thing I'll go through is the pay application for the wastewater treatment plant project. This is pay application number 19 for DeVraw Kimball and Division Pay. Basically, they're kind of buttoning up things out there. There's one tank that they bill, actually an add-on to a tank, existing tank was out there. The pipes leaks on that. So they continue to work on it, but once they get that resolved, and then they've got a couple modifications they need to make in the SBR, then they'll be ready to start seeding everything and getting the plant ready for operation. So we're really coming up with to the end of things here. So the numbers are getting smaller. We've got this pay applications for $184,060.60. There's about $655,000 of work left to do out of, roughly $14.5 million. So we're about done with that part of it. Anyway, we're getting there. So with that, I would recommend for payment and approval, pay application number 19 to Brock Hempel for $184,060.60.
Do I have a motion for pay application 19?
I'll make that motion.
Do I have a second?
I'll say.
All in favor?
Aye.
Along the same lines, as we near the end, we did have contingency budget from the beginning of the project. So still got pretty healthy contingency fund out there. So there's some improvements that we've asked them to provide us with some cost proposals for. We grouped those together, and I have a change order number 4 for DeVraw Kimball for the wastewater treatment plant project, just to kind of give you an overview of what those are. One of them was to add some additional electrical outlets around the drying beds. Sherry uses an electric pump to kind of draw off water that skims on the top of the drying beds whenever sludge is drying, so that'll allow her to plug in more conveniently. The other one was some additional grading around the screen. It's a structure that's up on top of one of the tanks, and it's just a little bit more safe to be able to walk up to it with this grading that's there. We had a bigger opening, made it easier to put the screen in. Now that it's in, we can actually add some screening to it. There's supports associated with that. And then the final item is on the aerobic digesters. They actually have a valve that lowers from the top to allow them to decant clear water off the top of that. We're adding some apples around that to kind of keep solids, any floatables or stuff that's in there, will go around there, kind of into that. So those items totaled for a change order of $17,273.00. You have more than enough money in your contingency fund to cover those. So I would recommend authorization of change order number 4.
Do I have a motion to accept change order number 4?
Motion.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Final 2 things I have is just an administrative procedure, basically. Previously, the city had approved engineering amendments number 3 and 4 on the wastewater project. We sent those to rural development for approval. And they came out and said they would like us to break out how much of those is being paid from rural development and how much of those is being paid from other sources. So there's no change in the amount. It's just a clarification of those amendments. But since it is a revision to the amendment, I think it's best that we go ahead and get an approval of the revised amendments. Again, no changes materially to it. It's just a clarification of who's paying for what in those amendments. And hopefully that will allow them to approve it and process payments on this. Since it's simple.
You You may go ahead and accept that one, or is there one?
Let's go ahead and do 2 and 3.
Okay,
So, amendment number 2 revised for Commonwealth Engineers for the wastewater treatment plant project.
do I have a motion to accept the revised amendment, 2 and 3?
Are we doing 2 and 3 or just number 2 first?
2 separate.
Okay, number 2. Do
I'll make that motion.
I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Same situation for amendment number 3. Again, just a clarification. Where it's coming from.
Do I have a motion to accept revised number 3?
I'll make that.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Division B contractor will be starting sometime in June. That's the lift station on Fifth Street, lift stations in town, all the piping work, things like that. We reviewed a bunch of submittals on materials, so that stuff will be coming in. So I think June's when they're going to be starting on that. Probably the same for the lead service line removal projects. As those come in, we've had discussions with SRF earlier this week for the pre-closing of that. They can't start till you close on that loan technically. So the final closing is May 5th or 26th. Everything's in order. It's good there. So got a good report back on that. So that project will start. And then I think you guys will be getting updates on the State Road 66 project that NDOT's doing. Your portion of it is built into their contract, which is the water line relocation work. And I think that starts in June and continues through August or September.
Mhm.
So I noticed they're starting to do stuff out there. You got posted stuff from
Mhm.
them. So if you need any updates, need us to do anything, we can. So,
Okay.
that's
Thank
all
you.
I've got. Thanks to you.
Thank you. So on 832 West South Street, I have brought this to you before. And I typed up a cover sheet to just show you what all the bids were for the trees. If you want to see the original bids, I have them here. K&K also takes pictures of all the trees that are marked. So if you want to see what they look like, one's completely dead and the rest are definitely in our easement after we got that back. So
How many trees were there?
5.
5.
And so it looks like it ranges anywhere from $3,720 to $6,400. So they actually got the first 3 quotes for me and I called K&K and got the 4th quote. So I thought I should at least do that for the city. And it looks like they came in on the lowest. And so I just need to know which one to approve and where to pay it from.
K&K's prices for 5 trees.
Mhm.
K&K.
Well, they've worked for the city before, haven't
They
Yeah.
did the 4 trees that we had around
Yeah.
the city, they taken those down.
Need a motion?
Yes.
I'll make a motion with K&K.
Do we want to pay that out of edit? Rochelle? Yeah. Okay, so the motion is to choose K&K Dirt for $3,720 and pay it out of edit.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
We have several people that are putting in solar and we've never really had a discussion on it. So I know that we're not gonna make any decisions tonight, but I just wanted all of you guys to think about what that might look like. If we want to allow people to do it, if we don't, if it wants to be on the roof, if it doesn't, can it be in the front yard? Can it not? I don't know what that looks like. So, as a council, I think you guys should probably decide and we should write up some type of ordinance.
I have a question for
States.
Chris.
Mhm.
If there are solar panels already in someone's yard, are they grandfathered in or would they be asked to move those solar panels?
This would be some form of zoning
Okay.
ordinance, land use ordinance. And I would say that, I mean, I don't know, I haven't looked to see what other ordinances might be out there and how they may, I know it's come up, the only folks that I work with, the only place it's come up is in historic preservation and making sure they're on the roof and not visible from the road or something like that, but no, I've not seen anybody shout like that.
So is that something that the council will decide or the plan commission?
It would probably go through the, more than likely be an ordinance that would go through the planning commission that come to council
Okay,
for final decision. I didn't answer your actual question. Which is, if you pass a new zoning ordinance, anything in non-conforming use, in other words, it would be grandfathered in for some purposes.
okay.
I think in the current feel of the homes and the street, is at the back of the home, I feel okay with.
Okay.
As long as it's not visible. That's my thinking.
I don't think the roof is bad. You know, there's some here already that are on
Mm-hmm.
their roofs, and there's some in their yard.
I
Mhm.
tried to get it from my home. That walnut tree.
Uh-huh.
They said that they couldn't give me the big discount that they're gonna offer because of that tree.
Oh,
And I didn't want it.
For
Okay.
now, it's not really a conversation for us, right?
Well, I mean, I think if you guys wanted to give some of your opinions, like these are gonna be helpful, and then when we go to the plan commission, then they can, that may help them make a decision too, so, as long as, and then that way, if everybody's on the same page, it'll make it a lot simpler. Okay, and talking about the planning commission, we're getting ready to rezone the 10 acres because it's agricultural right now so that we can build on it. And so Chris sent me a list of how everybody's placed on it. I get 4 picks and the council gets 3. So we already have 2 on it, which is Rochelle and John Hargis. And you guys need to place 1 more person. I don't think they have to sit on the council. It's just is that correct, Chris? Do they have to be a council member?
No.
Okay, they just have to appoint someone.
There were rules, so.
Yeah.
I shouldn't do it.
I think they didn't have as many rules as I had. My rules is I had to have both political parties. And at least 3 of my people had to live in city limits. I could have 1 person in the county. And,
City council appointees must be elected or appointed municipal officers.
Mm.
So either other board members or 1 member of the city council say could do it.
mhm,
It's that the mayor, your appointments are citizen members and council appointments are city.
okay, well, I was
personnel
wrong.
members.
I'm glad you pulled it up. So I guess I may need 2 because then that means John can't. Because he's not employed.
no, he isn't.
So we just have Rochelle. That is currently on it. Does she count?
Yes.
Okay, because she's employed by the city.
She's a,
So I just need 2 people.
wait a minute. No, you're right. Yes.
Okay,
Citizen members, your appointment cannot hold up their appointed office.
right.
But, council appointments, municipal officers, employees. Sorry.
So it has to be one of you guys, or it could be any of the employees. Can they sit on any other board? They can't. Okay, so good luck with that. Well, I think we found someone.
There's a chair.
So do you have anybody? Do I have any volunteers? We'll start with that.
Shirley?
How often do they meet?
So they're probably gonna meet, what, 4 times a year, Chris, unless we've got something going.
We do
And-
have, there's some things that the plan commission needs to do under that spill 101. Reviewing the current zoning code regarding housing. So, and that's all gotta be done by the end of the year. So there is some business, but I think we, like every quarterly or every other month or something like that. I think the Commission can decide what their schedule is gonna be. But then when they do have somebody that needs a new zoning subdivision or what, those kinds of things. you need to- when those start.
And so there's 7 people that sit on it.
I think I showed my ignorance, my own bone, I guess my question is the planning and zoning the same group? It's different.
Right? And you're different
There's
group.
for this 2 and 4 is the plan commission. And there's the board of zoning appeals. Those are 2 different boards. We're talking about the planning commission here. Board of the state, and they handle recommendations to council on rezonings and subdivisions. And then also just general planning, comprehensive plan, that kind of thing. The board of zoning appeals is more of a quasi judicial board that does variances, special uses, and appeals and administrative decisions.
Okay.
Usually besides those, we probably have to look at that.
Yes. There's nobody on that board. So the big things that we do have coming up is the connectors. And then he'll have to come back, and since he's building a subdivision, that'll go through plan commission too, and then they'll make a recommendation to you guys. And
And if we do a TIF district or anything like that, that also goes through plan commission to recommendation, so. There'll be some things that we'll need plan commission for.
so do I have any volunteers? Do I have any suggestions? I'll volunteer. Okay. Thank you. Yeah.
Okay.
I know you wanted to.
No, I've already got a tree for it.
Can I trade you?
Mm,
No, it looks pretty good now.
Okay, and I just need one more person. The other people that's on it so far is Jeff and Darren Ewing and Chris Harney. And I have to find someone else too. It has to be a citizen. Okay, does anybody want to talk an employee into doing it?
Saying employee, Rochelle's not on it now.
Yeah, she is on it.
Yeah, I'm on it.
She is, got one from here, got another one from here, we could have somebody else that's a municipal officer or employee.
Who could that be? Any name?
Does that mean I can? I'm gonna have to be here anyway.
I mean, I don't see anything that says municipal officer or employee.
Okay, I'll do it.
I'll double. If the councilman's, I'll double check and make sure.
Okay, if not, I'm gonna hunt you guys down when you guys. I know, we prefer not to. Okay, we'll try to proceed with that. If not, then we'll probably have to call a special meeting. And you guys look at them with someone else.
May I ask you, what is this zoning board? Okay. Is it before the house somewhere? If I want to make contact, this has nothing to do with the
Right.
city.
Right,
All for cost, but who's I go, where that goes is fine, don't. Is it before? I don't,
well, I mean, we would have our own, correct?
Yeah,
no, this is not about, about personal.
Is your house in the, is the problem in the city?
No, it's not. a
It's
problem.
in the county?
It's in the city.
Okay, then we have our own board.
Yeah, but where?
Well, it's not formed yet, so
Oh, okay.
I would form a board and then they would answer it.
I'll say they meet here. Okay. Just through the.
If you're sure it's a planning, if you're sure to board a
Is
planning
it
problem.
zone? Is
You
it
probably need to talk to Chris, make sure it's not planning or zoning, try to figure out that out. Yeah. That's where I would start. Okay, Okay, do I have any more questions? Okay, so I was speaking to Natasha and she has given us some samples of the pump house in the back that was painted like, I don't know, I'm gonna guess 25 years ago. And she was wanting to rebrand, so she was wanting to put the sign on the pump house, she was wanting to put Richard Hedrick Pool on the front. And she found a lady that can do a mural. She charges 1,000 per item, and then I was gonna ask for 3,000 total just to cover the expenses of the supplies. I don't think the supplies will cost $1,000, but I didn't have to come back. And so if I can spend less, I will. But that will be for paint, rollers, all of that stuff. I can't imagine it, costing that much, but it's better to have too much than not enough. So, and then I was gonna suggest that maybe we take it out of edit. We were gonna keep the one on the very end of the pool, which is on the west side, that is too cool for the pool or something. And then take the phone number off the front because we keep getting in trouble having the wrong phone number on there and it gets everybody confused. So I was just wondering if I had a motion that we could hire someone to paint these 2 murals.
You got someone in mind already?
Yes.
Okay.
She's found
What
it
is
out,
the total amount we need?
$3,000.
And that would come from edit?
Yes.
And this could last surely, how many years would you think?
Yeah, for a long time.
I'll make that motion.
Okay. The fish that are on there, they're looking pretty rough.
We need to-
Yeah. Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
And I just did want to shout out with her, she has gone overboard, with doing her job. And, of course, with her being out there, I feel safe because she does life-saving techniques for a living. But last year she had like a Mrs. Roper night. We had an 80s night. This year she's trying for like maybe a sound bath. We were gonna do a 2 o'clock deck call or something where a deck would sound every day and then a child would get their name put in a hat as they came in and then they would maybe get a free bag of chips or whatever. We were gonna put a price limit on it. And then at the end of the week, we might have a word of the week. And then, just buy some cheaper beach balls or whatever that they can win. And then maybe kids won't want to go home. They'll be like, no, I gotta be there for the 2 o'clock deck call. And it might keep people in our pool. But she's done exercising in the morning. She's now gonna extend that to the evening. She does swim lessons. And so she's just gone above and beyond to help make this a success. So
I did have a question asked of me last year by a person who said she had difficulty getting in the pool with the straight leg.
I did buy some steps this year.
Oh, did you?
So they should be after it's painted,
Okay, great.
installed.
Great.
And
Because
so,
she wanted
yes.
to go and exercise, but she said, I can't get up
Yes.
the ladder.
so I did get some steps. They're out there. I seen them. So with any luck, everything will work out perfectly like it always does. And they'll be installed this year so that, for older people, it is too hard to get up on the street up and down.
Yeah.
Steps. I also went to the the county parks board myself and presented, and so they approved $4,800. So we're gonna buy the tables that are next door at that park. We're gonna buy blue ones for the pool. They're gonna be a little bit smaller because the picnic tables that are out there now are splintery and old. And we also bought some life-saving flow devices that the lifeguards use. So that's what we spent the money and that's what I presented to the county. And that was all approved.
So you said 4,800.
Is what we are gonna get. And then they'll come back in August and check out what we spent our money on. And go for it. They visit every park to see, all the improvements that have been made. Okay, do I have any more questions or comments on that? We have ordinance 2026-5.
This is an ordinance that just allows for us to pay certain payrolls out of our ed fund.
So I know we had kind of talked about that with SB one, some different ways that we could look at trying to take some of the expenditures from our general fund. And since we have money in edit, we're not going to have it forever. We talked about, taking some payrolls out there. So this just allows for that to happen.
I have a motion to accept ordinance 2026-5.
I'll make that.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Ordinance 2026-6. You're gonna make Chris talk about it?
That is an amending salary ordinance. So it does put in our salary ordinance the payrolls that I suggested taking out of the edit fund. It also adds a position for the part for LPV, which is assistant director, at $15 an hour. It adds seasonal worker to our water department and our wastewater department. And that way, when we do hire a seasonal worker, there's a little bit more flexibility on what department we can hire them for. Because the existing one just had it in MBH. It also changes the assistant pool managers from $12 an hour, which is what the returning lifeguards make, to $12.72 an hour. And I think there's one more that I'm missing. Where did I get them all?
I can't think of anything.
I may have gotten.
I think you did.
But policeman, you said that one?
That moved to edit.
Okay.
Yes, one patrolman moved to edit.
Okay,
The director is being paid out of edit. And one maintenance and repair. So one street department employee to be paid out of edit.
So does anybody have any questions? Do I have a motion to accept 2026-6?
I'll make that motion.
Do I have a second?
I'll say.
All in favor?
Aye.
Barnes and Thornburg agreement on the 10 acres.
Yes, this is, an engagement agreement from the law firm Barnes Thornburg, Brad Bingham. Brad, is working with the city, working with us on the sewer project, water project as bond counsel. He also has a lot of experience with, economic development agreements in TIF districts, and so he's going to assist us with 10 acres and any of those types of projects that make it along. And, I'll do the line share of the legwork since I'm. But, yeah, I had some good conversation with Brad, and I think it would be good and get us going in the right direction. So that's
So this is just an engagement.
just hiring them
Okay.
to, they're already worked for the city in several respects, but this would be 10 acres.
Do I have a motion to accept Barnes and Thornburg engagement agreement on the 10 acres?
I'll make that motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And then we have the CD information.
Yes. So after the meeting last time, I shopped around a little bit. I did look at our local banks for CD information. The highest paid CDs right now are 5 or 4 month CDs. So I looked at Freedom Bank, and theirs was lower than what German American is, and that's who we bank with right now. And then I also looked at Old National, and Old National was equivalent. So it was a 3.75 at German American at German American Bank for a 5 month CD. So then at Old National, it was 3.75 for a 4 month CD. So with just 1 month difference, I felt like it would be better to keep all of our funds in one bank versus moving on to another. So I was wanting to see how much you all would like to put in this
I was thinking we could put some funds from AEP. They are insured up to 250,000, so I think that's the highest limit that you can put into a CD. The way that the interest pays is quarterly, so on a 5-month, you would get interest one time. I'll have the bank mail a check here, we'll receipt it in, and then if we wanted to continue with that CD, I can actually renew it for the same special,
It was 3.75.
3.75%. Does anybody have any questions or comments or have any suggestions on amounts?
So how much would you be comfortable with putting in there?
I recommend at least doing the 250. Let's see what that gains us. And then I'll talk a little more with the bank and see, because I know if you go over that, then it's not insured. I was thinking
But-
municipalities might be different. I don't know. Yeah. I'm not sure. But I'm thinking you can do more than one CD at a time. And then as long as you meet that 250 criteria, they're both still insured. So I figure we'll see what the one gains us. And then if we feel comfortable, maybe we can open another one in a special and just go from there. So you would like to start maybe with 250,000? 250. Okay.
Mhm.
Does anybody have any questions or comments about that? And that would be from the AEP fund. Yes. Do I have a motion to buy a $250,000 CD at German American Bank for 5 months from the AEP fund?
I'll make a motion.
Do I have a second?
Yeah, I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And the last thing I didn't have on the agenda, we're getting ready to wrap up the remodel on the community building. So with this remodel, we redid the bathrooms, we put on new doors, we put in ADA bathroom. We took out, was an interior door, there was double doors as you entered. And didn't make it ADA compliant, so we took one of those doors down. We put new drywall ceilings in, can lights. In the cathedral part, we put in chandeliers. I sent you guys a picture of just a sneak peek of what that was gonna look like.
Looks really nice.
It does look really good. And so all of those ceilings are now drywall, can lighting. We threw in some chandeliers. In the kitchen, we have all new cabinetry, sinks. So the refrigerator was kind of new. I might come back and see if we can get the stove and a microwave. It looks like the microwave was like from the 70s. Because it's big. And on the outside, we put in some railing. It seems to me like they still need to put in railing for the ADA, for the wheelchair portion of that. So I was gonna talk to them about that too. I went out yesterday, took pictures, probably 35 pictures of stuff that I felt like wasn't complete. And so she said that she would make sure it got done. But it's gonna look really nice. And I'm really excited to have people rent it now.
So the rent will, or the building will stay the same, or will it go up?
I think we've already increased it a little bit. Do you know what it is right now? Is it 200 and then they get 50 back? Or it's 100 with, I think, so it's 100 that we make from it, 50 deposit that they get back, and then of course the tax. Okay, so 150. Yeah. You know, I wouldn't care to ask 200 for it after all this is done. Yes. And
I don't think that's unreasonable.
right, and I think it's still pretty cheap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm. So we'll take a tour of it for anybody who wants to go after it's complete.
Have a ribbon cutting?
Yeah. Have another ribbon cutting. We're just gonna cut all kinds of ribbons. We do have a new lady out at Lincoln Pioneer Village, and we had an event over the weekend, Heritage Day. And we also had a car show and some music. Everything went really nicely. So,
May I ask her name again?
her name is, I believe it's Sarah Collins.
Sarah.
So she's pretty laid back and excited about the position. And I think that's all I have. Do I have a motion for adjournment?
I'll make that.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Yeah.
Quick on that.
Motion's